So I've remade this tool here to select faces. So for example, if you have, like, let's say an object here, so let's take this one, and you want to reposition it. So let's say you want to make it higher in position, but you only want to select the, let's say for example, the faces that are on top. If you were to just connect here the normal, let's say normal in the z direction greater than like some threshold, so basically the faces are pointing up, so normally they have a z component that's 1 basically, so it's greater than 0.7, so normally it should be able to select this here. So if I just go here and I just put this in the selection, it it doesn't select the faces that are here connected here. So those faces are now pointing towards the right, so it doesn't really work very well, and that's because it's selecting basically it's selecting the vertices, the normal of the vertices, instead of the normal of the faces. So if you want to do that, for example, like I can use this thing that I just made right now, which is a very simple, like there's nothing inside, it's basically just a capture attribute node with selection inputs here. And so if I plug this in between here, in between the set position and my object, my initial object here, then I can I can select basically all the faces that have this normal that's pointing up. I can select it, put that in here, and then with the selection output here, I can plug this into this node here, and then it selects all the faces properly instead of selecting the vertices, which it was doing before. And this is version 2, because the one I did last time here, I had a problem with this because it would not work when the faces are separate. Well, let's say you split those edges here, it wouldn't work in that case, but I mean, otherwise it does work. It's just in certain cases it doesn't work. So let me show. So let me look at this here. So if I were to do the same thing with the old version, I would plug this in here, and then I would go to attribute selection. It still works, like it still selects the proper faces to, you know, pull up to make them higher, but the edge that has been separated is here, which is not what we want. We just want to sometimes we want to separate the faces. So yeah, this one is better, the version 2 here, and as I said, there's really nothing inside, it's just the capture attribute. And I'll put this on GitHub, so if anybody needs it, they can find it there. And it also works for position, so if it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to select faces just according to normals. You can select the faces according to position here. So for example, if I go here and I plug this in here, and let's say the position, we want the faces that are you know, higher than 0. What is it, 0.225, I think. We can just select those, and then if I come here and I plug this in there, normally it should work. Okay, no, I've not plugged this in here. Okay, what else is wrong here? So position Z, I want to pull them up. If I don't select anything, okay, it pulls the whole thing up. I think it was maybe a little bit lower here. Maybe it was 0.025 maybe. Okay. Okay, so now I'm selecting basically the faces that are higher than 0.025 in terms of height. So yeah, you can select in terms of position, normals, but it converts, basically it makes it the selection of the faces instead of the vertices.